with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Bianchi and Kravitz.
That's my guy right there, Emmett Smith.
Bianchi and Kravitz.
Pinch myself moment. Can't believe I sat next to Emmett Smith and interviewed him. Oh, if only 10-year-old me could find out. I would go back. If I had a time machine, I'd go back in time and tell him. We have got motivational quotes. We've got text questions. I got a good one, Mike. I saw you submitted a couple of good ideas.
I did?
I think you did.
Okay.
Because the one was about the Arnold Palmer Invitational, but I saw something shared by a colleague of ours in Tampa, and it created this question that I just know that it's going to explode the text line.
Okay.
We'll get to that in a moment. Right now, it's time for a daily coach quote.
This is Jamal Mosley, head coach of the Orlando Magic, and this is your daily coach quote of the day.
Our daily source of inspiration and motivation, and today's is about life. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. This from the great Albert Einstein. Ever heard of him?
That is a great quote.
Yep. You got to keep going. Can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. My text question today, so I saw one of our iHeart cohorts in Tampa share a screenshot of his new his hat. Stores probably made by it's $49. Baseball hat. And he asked the question that we should all be asking ourselves: why do hats cost $50? I am embarrassed to admit this was right after Christmas and I was feeling good. I might have even had a partial gift card. I went to Dick's Sporting Goods and I saw a Dolphins hat that I really liked, and I just grabbed it. And it was one of those, I just went, I'm just going to get it. Same thing. It was $50. I don't wear hats enough to spend $50 on it. But I was already at the counter, and I just went ahead and did it.
No.
Okay?
As soon as they rang it up and it said $50, I would have said,
you're going to take that
Take
back.
that off.
I mean, we're not talking about a hat that has Bluetooth connectivity or anything. This is just a hat. So the question is this: things that are way too expensive. 50857 or in the rage cage. There are certain items out there that have simply been overcharged. And it happens so routinely. It's become a norm that we either stopped buying the thing or you just suck it up and pay for it. Like a perfect example of this is guacamole at Chipotle. Guacamole on your burrito bowl is so good. It is, as Bianchi would say, how?
Yeah.
But it's about $2.95 now. I remember when I started going to Chipotle 15 years ago, it was maybe $1 at the most as an add-on. Okay, $1 if I want my burrito bowl to be a little bit better. It's $2.95 now. I might even be underselling how expensive it is. That's one of those things. Have you gone to the movies recently? You can't go to the movie. You're at $45 before you've bought popcorn.
Have you ever bought the guacamole at like Rocco Taco?
So insane. At least that's a nice sit-down restaurant, and they make the guacamole in front of you, so there's some flair to it.
Right.
I'm not as bothered by that, but when I'm gonna go to a Chipotle and they just stick a spoon in that big vat of guacamole and then charge me $3 for that. It seems a little bit much. That's my question.
Even now, okay, when my kids were growing up, they'll tell you this as well, but I still do it now. Whenever I go to a restaurant, whether it be a fast food restaurant, Taco Bell, whatever, I never order a drink because that's where they get you. That's where they get you. Like when my kids were growing up, they would want a drink, and I'd get them a drink, and then I would drink their drink. All right, free refills. I go get another one. I would never buy a drink because the food costs so much, and then the drink, which costs them about 10 cents. All right.
Yeah.
When
it's that markup. That's how they make money.
Right.
They make more money. McDonald's and all of those places, their net profits on Coke far greater than their net profit on a cheeseburger.
Right. So I still never get drinks at a restaurant.
I have started to travel down that path myself.
Give me a water.
Yeah. And then
unless it's beer. Now if it's beer, I'll buy a beer.
Is there anything else that comes to your mind? Things that are routinely way too expensive.
I was in Gainesville yesterday, and I had a function I had to go to at 5:00, so I had some work to do. So I went to Starbucks to do some work, with wireless and all that. I'm at Starbucks.
Oh my God. I know, and I love it. And that's the example of some of these things I've decided I don't pay for anymore because they've outpriced me for what I think the value is. Starbucks is one of those. I've just sucked it up. I just go to Starbucks and I just pay.
Yeah, but then you pay like the
$6.
$6, and then the little cashier gives you the thing with the little tip.
Stop. Just say no.
Huh?
You don't have to tip. Oh my God, we got one on the text line. Women. All right, keep them coming. 50857.
There's a reason divorce costs so much. Because it's worth it.
Spoken like a pro. Up next, your texts, your talkbacks right here. We're going to hear from you on Game On next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
Never a doubt in my mind, if I need AC service, who I am going to get on the horn with, because for years it's been Mills Air that's taking care of the Kravitz household. They've provided affordable, friendly, expert services across Central Florida, not just for me, for thousands of families since 1992. So if your system's acting weird or you just want to get ahead of things, give Leon and Mills Air a call. It'll be the easiest decision that you've ever made. Over the last 30 years, they've grown to be one of Central Florida's largest and most respected companies around, and they are ready and able to help you as well. 407-277-1159 and online at millsair.com.
All right, guys, let's be honest. Football season hits, and between the wings, the beats, and a little bit, swear or what? Nothing sticks. That's why hormones. Some fad diet or magic to 10 weeks safely. You'll have more energy, better sleep, and honestly, you'll just feel good again. It's time for you to make your fourth quarter comeback. Go to hormonesandwellness.com/bulldog and tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you. That's hormonesandwellness.com/bulldog.
Traffic starting to back up over St. John's River Bridge due to that accident eastbound on I-4 between Saxon Boulevard and Howland Boulevard. Westbound lanes are still slowing down as well. You're going to get stuck heading through the city on I-4 near that east-west expressway, and it's going to be typical delays between Dr. Phillips and getting through that Champions Gate area. The roadways are getting busy. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Having trouble sleeping? Visit Mattress Firm during the Upgrade Your Sleep sale. Their sleep experts will help find your perfect bed from a premium selection of top brands. They make sleep easy.
Orlando Magic basketball lives here on 96.9 The Game, and your game day Magic coverage is powered by IBEW Local 606, powering and serving Central Florida for over 75 years. For more info, head to IBEWLocal606.org and go Magic.
Now through March 31st, get great deals on everything you need to recover your lawn and garden this spring. Miracle Grow Potting Mix, Sunnyland Fertilizers, and mulch are all on sale. Tools H Hardware's helpful associates have the answer answers to all of your lawn and garden questions, and they'll help load up your mulch, soils, and fertilizer for you. And don't forget to bring in your Steel outdoor power equipment to one of Tools Ace Hardware's 13 full-line Steel locations for a spring tune-up. Tools Ace Hardware has 14 convenient locations in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store pickup or local delivery.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating.
Keep celebrating when you bundle and save with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Are your investments in the right accounts? What's best, traditional or Roth? Are you receiving all available tax deductions? Are you paying as little in tax as you can? These are all questions you can't afford to get wrong. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth, and in many cases, it's not what you make, but it's what you keep that makes the real difference. Trajan Wealth and Trajan Tax work closely together exclusively. No more guessing about whether you should do a Roth conversion, or if maxing out your 401k is really the best option. Our nationally recognized fiduciary advisors and CPA team work in tandem to make sure your tax strategy works with your investment strategy. We'll even do your tax preparation. One team, one strategy. Isn't it time for a second opinion? Call Trajan today. 407-204-0300. That's 407-204-0300.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
International Diamond Center makes getting the ring of her dreams easier than ever. This Friday through Sunday, it's our annual Tacori and Verragio Bridal Weekend. The world's most renowned ring designers. They're here on the IDC stage with hundreds of new trending styles. For this event, get special incentives on these exquisite rings. Save up to $4,500 when you buy the engagement ring and wedding band, or take advantage of 36 months zero-interest financing. And all new this year, if you're looking for a lab-grown diamond, we've got you covered. In fact, if you buy any Tacori or Verragio setting, we'll give you a lab-grown diamond for free. Don't miss the biggest bridal showcase ever at IDC, featuring the industry's leaders in handcrafted, unique, and distinctive rings. Let our experts match the ring with the perfect hand-picked natural diamond, or ask about how you can get a free lab-grown diamond up to 5 carats. It's this weekend, Friday through Sunday, exclusively at International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennia. Some restrictions apply. See store for details.
Want a great way to boost your brand? Custom labels at Staples will help packages pop, shipments stand out, and takeout boxes really take off. Shop now through April 18th and save 30% on all custom labels. Staples, that was easy.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Every year, International Women's Day falls on March 8th, and iHeartRadio is proud to celebrate the women who shape music, drive change, and influence culture. Find playlists, podcasts, and of course, Women's History Month radio. Open the free iHeart app, search Women's History Month, and listen now.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly with nationwide 5G because Cricket is on the AT&T network. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
This is Jonathan Isaac of the Orlando Magic. Way to rebound from that commercial break, guys. Now back to Bianchi and Kravitz.
Got Daytona 200 tickets for you. We'll give those away during the Treasure Trove coming up at the end of the show. Daytona 200 Bike Week rolls into Daytona International Speedway now through March 8th. Experience all the action like the Daytona 200. Get your tickets at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com or call 1-800-PIT-SHOP. Our question today is things that have become way too expensive. We've either given them up or we have just accepted it, accepted our fate, and moved on. Someone on the text line said event tickets. That is absolutely true. That's why I love giving away tickets on this show and to our Facebook fans, because all this stuff is way too expensive.
Somebody just texted in another text question we can get come up with someday. The text says things that are too expensive: movie theater snacks and pop. Like who calls soda pop anymore?
Isn't that a northern thing?
Yeah, like pop. Yeah, like outdated terms. That's something I would say, like pop.
Yeah, I just had a nice can of pop.
Yeah, can of great pop, little knee-high pop.
You're gonna go down to the store, get me a malt. Somebody said kids' books are getting expensive. Dropped $65 at the Scholastic Book Fair today.
What?
So my kid had his first book fair this year because he's in kindergarten now. We gave him I think it was $20 and said you can go, and he's never like had his own money and gone to a store and paid for it. He came back home. He had 3 things. One of them was like a stretchy, gooey thing that kids play with, and then like some gum and a tiny book. And he handed me change. And I'm like, kid, you got ripped off. What is this?
Why would you just go to the library to get kids' books?
That's a good idea. You know, I forgot about the library. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot about the library.
The library, it's like that library is pretty nearby every neighborhood.
Somebody said oil changes, but I don't think that we can complain about that though, because you can do it. You could do it yourself.
Oh, yeah, right. I used to change my own oil when I was a kid.
I'm saying you could do it yourself,
but
you choose not to. You're going to pay what you pay.
When did all cars start to need this synthetic oil?
Well, the cars got nicer.
Why not regular oil? Is there really a difference if you just put regular?
You're asking the wrong guy.
If anybody out there knows cars, what happens if you just put regular old motor oil in a car that says it needs synthetic oil? What happens?
It's that nice metal that needs, you
have no idea what you're doing.
You got to lubricate the system.
Regular grade motor oil used to do fine lubricating.
That was on the old equipment, not the new stuff. Somebody said jeans. I don't mind the price of jeans. I don't mind that because I'll buy jeans like once every couple of years.
Couple of years? I buy jeans like once every couple of decades. Are you kidding me? I've got jeans. I swear to you, I have jeans much older than Jaden and maybe as old as you. Do they have holes in them? No.
You have 40-year-old pants?
Yeah. Which shows you how good a shape. I haven't really gained weight since I've aged.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So let's go to the text line. Jesse is standing by.
The talk back line.
Guys, I just got back from the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Saw just about everybody. It was awesome. I was checking them off the list. Ricky Fowler, Rory, Spieth, Scheffler, Morikawa, all the guys. Saw Berger, had no idea he was killing it. Got some swag. Take a look at the receipt. $55 hat. It's sick, but damn, 55.
Yeah. I get free tickets to the Arnold Palmer Invitational. I still can't buy anything in that convenience store that they have. Not convenience. The gift shop. Every time I walk through this thing every year and I go, I'm going to get something. And then I look at it and I go, I'm going to get this cup. And the cup's like $85.
You went to media day. You got your free golf shirt. Let that be enough.
That is going to be enough. I'm not getting anything else. Let's go to Michael on the talkback line.
Live bait, fellas. Live bait has become outlandishly expensive. Shiners, croakers, minnows.
How much are shiners now?
Fiddler crabs. I was in Jupiter not too long ago. They wanted $6 for one croaker.
No.
What?
A croaker?
I don't
nuts.
That's crazy.
I used to be a fisherman. I bought live bait. I don't know what a croaker is, but I used to buy shiners. I used to buy. We used to buy crickets and fish with those crickets, and of course worms. I think worms are still affordable. Have you ever fished with a worm?
Can't you just like go to the yard, pick them out of the dirt?
You can, yeah. I used to do that. Dig up in your hedges. If it's moist down there, there's worms down there. Yeah.
Well, I just don't think as many people are fishing these days, so maybe
A lot of people fish. You just don't hang out with them.
Gotcha.
You have no
I don't
idea.
hang out with anybody, so
yeah,
that limits that field.
Play the beginning of that again, real quick. Live bait. Can you play that?
Live bait, fellas. Live bait has.
Shiners.
This is why I love doing the show. You guys expose me to worlds that I don't even know about. I've never even heard the word croaker in my life.
How much? If the texter is still listening or the talkback listener is still listening, how much is a dozen shiners now? I'd be curious to know. You used to be able to get a dozen shiners for like a couple of bucks.
Can't you just go get a pack of sardines or something?
No, those are dead. Shiners are, you put the shiner on your hook while it's alive and it bounces around.
I guess
out
that's
there.
the whole live bait part
tracks,
of the live bait.
Tracks the bass.
Okay. Somebody said Girl Scout cookies. They're like $5.
You want to know what bass love? I've never actually done this. Bass. I don't even think it's legal to do it. Goldfish. Put a goldfish on your hook and throw that out there. Oh, that's a delicacy. Largemouth bass. But I think it's illegal because you don't want the goldfish to get into the water and they
Oh, you're not talking about the cracker. You're talking about
like a real live goldfish. Put it on your hook.
I get it. You get it. You can't just eat one cheddar cheese goldfish.
You can't just bass. That's a delicacy for them.
We're back in 60 seconds. Don't go anywhere.
We wait for this moment all week. It's a party. It's a bash. It's Polapalooza.
Welcome back to the show. We've got Polapalooza ready to get underway right now. An early show edition for you. I was just checking out the croaker online.
What is a croaker?
The Atlantic croaker. You don't want the Italian one. The Atlantic croaker. It's a nice small fish. It's a marine species from the family Cyandae and closely related to the black drum.
Oh, so you use it for saltwater fishing.
Was that what I just said?
$14 for a dozen shiners now. Somebody just texted in.
Commonly found in Massachusetts and the Gulf of Mexico. The croaker. All right, there you go. The more you know. Hit the music. It's time. 5 questions. All voted on by you, responded by us on this show. Time for
Palooza.
I thought he forgot.
Palooza.
Poll question number 1. If you were drafting college basketball coaches, who would be your number 1 pick? Todd Golden at Florida, Dusty May at Michigan, Bill Self at Kansas, or John Shire at Duke?
That's a good one. I hate to be a homer, all right, but Todd Golden won a freaking national championship at the University of Florida, and obviously it's been done in the past with Billy Donovan, but nobody thought that would happen again. Everybody thought when Billy Donovan left, Gator basketball would go back to its normal, mediocre, irrelevant self, all right? But Todd Golden comes in, and boom, he won a national championship last year, and boom, boom, it looks like he can win another one again this year, or at least has a good chance. He's, 39, 40 years old. He's probably the youngest coach on this list.
I don't think so.
Shire?
John Shire would be.
Okay, well, he's close to the youngest coach on this list. Give me Todd Golden.
John Shire is 38 years old, and Todd Golden
40, I think.
is 40.
Right.
So I'm going to go with Dusty May. He proved that he can win at the lower level with FAU, went to the Final Four. Going to the Final Four with FAU is like winning a national championship with
good
FAU.
point. Good point.
And then he's doing it with the big boys at Michigan. So 2 different levels, same level of excellence. I go Dusty May. You say Todd Golden. 49% of the vote are on Todd Golden. My vote did not even come in second place. It was John Shire at Duke with 29% of the vote. Dusty May third with 14%, followed by Bill Self. On to poll question number 2. Who are you rooting for to win the Arnold Palmer Invitational this year? It was hard to whittle this down to 4 options, so I gave you 2 really obvious ones, 1 slightly obvious one, and then the My Golfer Not Listed tab. So we go Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, Colin Morikawa, or My Golfer Is Not Listed. Where would you vote?
Who am I rooting for? I always root for Rory because Rory is, I root for guys who are good with the media, and Rory's a great quote. He's accommodating. You ask him questions, he answers it very, very candidly. And again, he's a fan favorite. He hits the ball a mile. I love Rory McIlroy. I root for him.
Yeah, my vote is going to be the exact same. Scotty Scheffler's won enough. I mean, Rory's had his fair share of wins, and it's really the Master that eludes him at this point, the green jacket. I do really like Colin Morikawa as well, but Rory McIlroy right now is the only golfer that I've bet on that has a snowball's chance in hell of winning, so I'm going to go with Rory. 39% of the votes say Scotty Scheffler. I guess he's become a fan favorite, and I mean the fan favorite. To get a higher vote count than Rory, very impressive to me. 26% of the vote is on Rory. 31% say that My Golfer Is Not Listed, so the field, also very popular option here. Colin Morikawa getting only 5% of the vote. Pollapalooza question number 3. What will be the most optimal move for the Magic to get better quickly if they fail to advance in the postseason? So let's say the season ends either in the play-in tournament or they get to round 1 and it ends the same way it's ended the last 2 years. What will be the most optimal move? Firing Jamal Mosley, getting a whole new front office, trading Paolo Banchero, or simply adding new role players?
Wow. What would be the most optimal way of improving the team? I'm going to go the most optimal way of improving the team. To me, I'm not ready to give up on this nucleus. I think if you were to add a couple of good role players, I hate to be so patient here. If you were to add a couple of really good role players, a couple more shooters, maybe another big inside to help Wendell Carter Jr. out. I'll go that. I still think this team has the capability of being a contender in the next couple of years.
I think if the answer is role players, then really the answer becomes new front office. These guys have done a really good job of getting the Magic a core that Magic fans can at least be interested in and excited about and provide some level of hope when they're healthy, which has not been the case. But you have to fill out the roster around those guys. It's not just about the big names. It's about every player on the team, all of the best teams in the NBA right now. It's like every guy they bring in provides some level of value, and those are the best front offices in the league. And right now, if the Magic aren't able to advance and they need new players around their core, do you trust the front office to be the individuals that make those decisions? So I'll say new front office. Mike says role players. No surprise here, Mike. You already knew this was going to win. 49% of the votes say fire Jamal Mosley. 26% say new front office. 18% say role players. Only 6% say trade Paolo Banchero. Poll question number 4. Which NFL team has to have the best offseason? I can already eliminate the Dolphins from this.
Yeah, the Dolphins.
They should have no offseason. They should be so boring. They just need to save money. They're like a kid that just graduated from college. Just kind of don't open a new line of credit. Just relax. Go to work. Don't say anything, and start to fill up your savings account. So it's either the Bucs or the Jags.
It's got to be the Bucs. I mean, the Jags fans are, for the most part, very happy right now. Liam Cohen still is refreshing and new and all of that, and he turned Trevor Lawrence around last year. So Liam Cohen is going to get some grace from Bucs fans, but from Jaguars fans. But Todd Bowles, again, the Bucs have sort of stagnated. They've stagnated. They didn't even win their division this past year, for crying out loud. They had a losing record, so it's definitely the Bucs. I mean, we were talking before the season, the Bucs might be a dark horse Super Bowl contender, and boom. What'd they do this year? Nothing.
Yeah, the Bucs right now feel like a piece of toast. They feel like if you said if you had to compare the Bucs to a breakfast food, it would just be flavorless, plain toast out of the toaster. It just feels like they're
made out of it. Wouldn't even be like good bread toast. It'd be like that keto bread that I eat. Keto bread.
They're not
toast.
that bad.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Bucs also. 46% say the Dolphins for some reason.
What?
36% say the Bucs. 18% say the Jags. I think the Jags are in such a good spot that if they did nothing, they would still be a team that we're really excited about going into next season. The Bucs have to do something for us to get excited. Poll question number 5. How concerned are you about the volatile geopolitical climate right now? Terrified, slightly worried, not very concerned, or I never think about it?
Oh, I'm not terrified, but I'm also more than slightly worried. I'm very worried.
So we're gonna go slightly worried as your vote here.
Yeah, I'm very worried. I mean, good Lord, we've got unrest in the Middle East. There could, everybody's upset at everybody over there. Bombs are flying everywhere. We all know that's a haven for terrorists over there. Yeah. Trump just fired his Homeland Security head. I mean, there's all sorts of turmoil going on right now. So, yeah, I'm very worried, very concerned.
I probably should be very worried. I'm going to vote not very concerned just because there has been unrest in the Middle East since I've been born. I don't remember a year of my life where there hasn't been some form of unrest. And in some ways, there's always a reason to be concerned. So it's just sort of the way of life. So I would go with not very concerned. I also have somewhat unplugged from the news, so that has a lot to do with it.
Well, you do realize we've taken out 2 foreign leaders in the last couple of months, right? We got the Venezuelan president, and now we've got the Iranian Ayatollah.
I trust our military, though.
Oh, I trust our military too.
So I just
don't trust the other people's military.
That's fair. I think it's more of the rogue civilians that you have to worry about with terrorists these days. But Let's see what the people vote. 43% say slightly worried. 27% said not very concerned. 21% said terrified. And 8% said never think about it.
So if you combine the terrified with slightly worried, that would be a
overwhelming 63% of the vote would be either terrified or slightly worried. So a lot of concern.
If you'd have made an option very worried, I guarantee you people would be very worried.
This is why my this might not have been the best time to invest in the stock market, but here we are. That right there, Palooza for the week. Coming up next, could we be looking at a new PGA Tour? Bianchi's got the details on that next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
This is the Bulldog, Mike Bianchi. Let's talk about a scouting report, all right? Florida heat, intense. Humidity, relentless. Hurricanes, always on the schedule. If your windows can't handle the competition, it's time for a trade, all right? Acclaim Impact windows from Renewal by Andersen are engineered for this exact climate. Tested in extreme weather conditions, they're built to withstand high-velocity impact from flying debris during storms. Their Fibrex material is twice as strong as vinyl, meaning no warping or cracking over time. That's long-term reliability you can count on. They also offer excellent insulation, helping maintain comfortable indoor temperatures while lowering energy bills. And the noise reduction, that's like shutting out the opposing crowd, all right? That's how quiet these windows are. These windows aren't disposable. They're designed to last and add lasting value to your home. And right now, during the 31-day spring savings event, when you buy 2 replacement windows or doors, you'll get the third 60% off. There are restrictions, so whether you're in Central Florida, the Gulf Coast, or in Jacksonville, visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Andersen, where comfort meets quality.
When you're buying a home, who you work with matters as much as anything else in the process. That's why you need Kevin Krager with LPT Realty on your side. Kevin doesn't just unlock doors. He brings a deep knowledge of market trends, the latest home buyer programs, and cutting-edge real estate technology. But what truly sets him apart is twofold. Kevin's strong background in construction certainly helps, and the understanding of the investment side of home buying. Any expert you talk to says that using an agent who is also an investor is the true cheat code to doing this home buying endeavor in the best possible way. Kevin knows what to look for so that you don't end up in a money pit. From foundation to roofline, he's focused on protecting your investment every step of the way. And even after closing, his service doesn't stop there. Kevin has the resources to help with repairs or any upgrades that you may need. Call Kevin Krager with LPT Realty today. Your future home will thank you.
Traffic's starting to get by a lot better now on I-4 eastbound between Saxon Boulevard and Howland Boulevard. That crash has been cleared up. When you ride this afternoon, though, you're still going to get stuck in some typical delays, starting to slow you down on I-4, Florida's Turnpike. There's no serious accidents tying you up or slowing you down. But if you do see traffic troubles, call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Join us daily on 96.9 The Game for your Embers Only Cigar of the Week, brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Dr. Phillips, downtown, Heathrow, or online at coronacigar.com.
Daytona Bike Week is back, February 27th through March 8th. And there's no better place to celebrate than the iconic Daytona International Speedway. Home to the area's largest motorcycle marketplace with free demo rides, top manufacturer displays, Harley-Davidson Thunder Rally, and more. Experience 10 days of non-stop action, including Daytona Supercross, Daytona Short Track Racing, and it all leads up to the legendary Daytona 200. Visit DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com to learn more.
Looking for the best in flag football? iFlag is the Guinness World Record holder, hosting elite flag football tournaments nationwide for boys, girls, high school girls, and adults. Join the movement. Visit iflag.org today.
Under state law, a business has a duty to keep you safe on their property. Our responsibility is to protect you when they don't. If you've had a slip and fall accident, call Farah and Farah. We're here to help you up. Orlando.
Here it comes. At T-Mobile, get the new Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra with Galaxy AI. Okay, we don't need the trumpets. We know it's awesome. You even get a 5-year price guarantee. And the best benefits in wireless. A kazoo? Pre-order and get the new Galaxy S26 Ultra. Really? Nothing? Did I mention at T-Mobile there's no trade-in needed?
Guarantee excludes taxes and fees. Applies to monthly price of on-network talk, text, and 5G data on the Beyond plan. Benefits vary by plan. May require activation and are based on included perks. Exclusions and details at T-Mobile.com.
International Diamond Center makes getting the ring of her dreams easier than ever. This Friday through Sunday, it's our annual Tacorian Viraggio Bridal Weekend. The world's most renowned ring designers. They're here on the IDC stage with hundreds of new trending styles. For this event, get special incentives on these exquisite rings. Save up to $4,500 when you buy the engagement ring and wedding band, or take advantage of 36 months zero-interest financing. And all new this year, if you're looking for a lab-grown diamond, we've got you covered. In fact, if you buy any Tacori or Viraggio setting, we'll give you a lab-grown diamond for free. Don't miss the biggest bridal showcase ever at IDC, featuring the industry's leaders in handcrafted, unique, and distinctive rings. Let our experts match the ring with the perfect hand-picked natural diamond, or ask about how you can get a free lab-grown diamond up to 5 carats. It's this weekend, Friday through Sunday, exclusively at International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennia. Some restrictions apply. See store for details.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/fast. That's ethos.com/fast.
Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
We are Orlando sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
I'm Daniel Jeremiah.
And I am Greg Rosenthal.
I know that, Greg. We're teaming up on 40s and Free Agents, the podcast that owns the NFL offseason.
This is where teams are built. Free agency, the combine, pro days, trades. Every move matters.
From my draft boards and mock drafts
to my vaunted top 101 free agents and how rosters come together.
Quarterback movement,
surprise signings.
We'll tell you what it means and who really wins. Open your free iHeart Radio app, search 40s and Free Agents, and listen now.
How serious is youth vaping? Irreversible lung damage serious. 1 in 10 kids vape serious, which warrants a serious conversation from a serious parental figure like yourself. Not the seriously know-it-all sports dad or the seriously smart podcaster. It requires a serious conversation that is best had by you. No, seriously, the best person to talk to your child about vaping is you. To start the conversation, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
The Magic are back on the Kia Center court as they welcome Western Conference foe Dallas. Our coverage begins at 6:30 with Magic Tonight. Tip time is 7 p.m. Catch every minute right here on your exclusive home for Magic basketball. FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the absolutely free iHeart Radio app.
Hey, what's up? It's Hammer Harrison with the world-famous Harlem Globetrotters, and you're listening to Game On with Bianchi Kravitz.
Home buying can be a pain in the you-know-what, so you need a no-nonsense, honest realtor who is going to help guide you through the process. Trust Kevin Krager to move you right along. Call them 407-702-4635. You can hit us up in the Rage Cage. Tap that microphone icon on the iHeart Radio app. The talkback feature lets you chime in for 30 seconds on whatever it is that's on your mind. We've got Daytona 200 tickets to give away today, and we will be awarding those tickets during the Treasure Trove coming up at about 5:55 this afternoon. You can also let your voice be heard on the text line at 50857. Things that have become way too expensive. I'm surprised that golf clubs hasn't come through the text line yet. That's one of those things that I know for those that golf. I've looked into just the thought of buying a club. It's just a single club. Forget about a set of clubs. I don't know how people do this. But it's a serious investment of time and money. I'm also looking at the Orlando Sentinel, Mike, and boy, nice new article to comb through from the one and only Mike Bianchi, talking about the head honcho of the PGA Tour now. I like the ideals of this guy, so talk to me about this new roll-up character and what he's got in mind.
Yeah, I'm curious about what you think. Brian Rolap is taking over for outgoing commissioner Jay Monahan. He's not listed as the commissioner, though. He's the new PGA Tour CEO, all right, CEO. And why is he the CEO? Because the PGA Tour is no longer a quote-unquote just a non-profit. It is now in the business of making money because they got $1.5 billion in investments from this group called the Strategic Sports Group. Bunch of big-wig investors investing in the PGA Tour. You know what they want for their investment? They want a return on that investment, all right?
Always.
So Brian Rolap has taken over. He comes from the National Football League, which I know you like because you're an NFL helmet head.
Me like the football.
Yeah, and essentially what he wants to do is he wants to make the PGA Tour more like the NFL, and the NFL has, its secret sauce has essentially been less is more. Less is more. Brian Rollup doesn't want this big, long 38 tournament schedule. He wants to cut it down. I mean, we've seen it happen recently, even before he took over with these signature events like the Arnie this week, grouping all the top players in these 7 or 8 signature events along with the majors. But I think he wants even more of that. I think he wants to cut the season even more. A lot of the middle to lower tier golfers don't like it because obviously if you're gonna have more tournaments, limited field with just all the top players, what's that do to the lower and middle tier? Essentially,
and they still have their own association. Right? Like they have a say in this. The players, like they do in every other league, I would think.
Yeah, but
there needs to be an agreement from both sides.
Yeah, but the top players want this, obviously. So yeah, what you have is you're going to have a battle between the sort of the lower class and the upper tier. And the upper tier just wants to make as much money as they can, obviously.
And everybody else wants to make a living.
And everybody else, wants to be able to play golf every week and, make a good living. So that's where we're at in golf. But I like this guy.
I do too. Huh? I mean, I at least like his ideals. These are things that I subscribe to in my personal life, and then also in the entertainment outlets that I appreciate the most: parity, simplicity, scarcity. The parity part, that can ebb and flow throughout.
Golf has parity. I mean, Scotty Scheffler's #1 in the world, but it's not like he's Tiger back in his heyday.
And it works both ways. Sometimes parity can be overrated because if you have too much parity for too long, then that's too much average. And you don't build legends that way.
Right.
Parity is great, but if we had all we had was parity, we wouldn't have Tiger Woods memories. So sometimes that can be overrated. Simplicity, I think that's important. There's so many things to pay attention to now in entertainment and in sports. Make it simple. This is the reason why.
Do you know how the FedEx Cup works?
I know that there are points that are accumulated, and I know that some events were worth more than others. But if you wanted me to write an essay on it without looking at it, I would fail at that.
I don't think anybody really understands the FedEx Cup and how it works. And again, by the time the Tour Championship comes along 38 weeks into the regular season, is anybody really paying attention at that point?
No.
I mean, is the Tour Championship considered a big deal? I don't think it is.
That is the simplicity and the scarcity part of this that I think is so important to sport, is building up to something. And the golf world has these signature events. I know that that's actually a phrase that they use,
Right.
but they have these keystone events that we look forward to, but they all just build. They all feel individual.
Mm-hmm.
They don't feel like we're not building up towards something. We're not on the road to blank,
Right.
on the road to the NBA Finals, on the road to the Super Bowl. Golf never feels like that. It just sort of like fades away from our conscience as a sports fan.
Right.
And I would love to see it get away from that, because this is a phenomenal sport to follow, but they do somewhat make it unfollowable with the rules and the qualifications and the point system, and it's all more confusing than it needs to be. When our attention span is as split as it is, you have to make it basic. It's the reason why fantasy football is as popular as it is, because your grandma knows how it operates.
Right.
I pick a player. I set a lineup on Tuesday. I watch them on Sunday. The end.
I like Brian Rolap's idea. We'll see if it passes the total field of the PGA Tour, because a lot of golfers don't like what's going on.
Big time trades in the NFL. I think that there are some monumental moves that have gone down that are going to reshape the way that we look at the upcoming season. We'll get to that next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
This is your Tools Ace Hardware assist of the night. Tristan Da Silva nails the triple as the Magic roll the Wizards.
Here's Javon Carter going to work on Carrington. Into the corner for Da Silva. He'll try a three over Leaky Black. Got it to go. Tristan shot that one in rhythm. Black with a good closeout, but Da Silva stuck it.
If you're gearing up for game day, Tools Ace is your MVP for grilling greatness. From Big Green Egg to Traeger, they've got everything you need to fire up the flavor. 14 Central Florida locations, including their brand new store in downtown Windermere. Tools Ace is your neighborhood home maintenance expert, the helpful place every night and your best stop before the game. Go to toolsacehardware.com and go Magic.
This is the Bulldog, Mike Bianchi. Dynasties are built over time through hard work, and so are car dealerships. That's why I want to tell you about Don Mealy Chevrolet out in Claremont. For more than 50 years, this family-owned dealership has served Central Florida. Don built it. His son Jay runs it today, hands-on and accessible. He even gives customers his own personal email address. They also invest in the next generation, proudly supporting local youth sports organizations throughout Central Florida. And right now, it's truck month at Don Mealy Chevy. Get this, you can save up to $10,000 on a new Silverado RST. We're talking that powerful 3-liter diesel engine that's built to work as hard as you do. Looking for the ultimate family ride? Go electric in a new Chevy Equinox EV and save over $15,000. Plus, you'll never pay for a gallon of gas again. How good is that? Visit Don Mealy Chevrolet in Claremont today or shop online at donmealychevy.com. Chevy, together, let's drive.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth LLC, a SEC-registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
Guilty. Erroneous. Sustained.
Are you just saying random words?
Don't settle for just any insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Grab your gear, Central Florida. It's truck month at Don Mealy Chevrolet. Right now, you can save up to $10,000 on a new Silverado RST. We're talking that powerful 3-liter diesel engine that's built to work as hard as you do. Looking for the ultimate family ride? Go electric in a new Chevy Equinox EV and save over $15,000. Plus, you'll never pay for a gallon of gas again. Seriously. Visit Don Mealy Chevrolet in Claremont today or shop online at donmealychevy.com. Chevy. Together, let's drive.
Hey, it's Jack Bradshaw, Program Director with iHeart Radio. And when it comes to getting around Central Florida, from our Monster Brew buses to our Tampa Bay Bucks listener bus trip, we trust MCA Transportation. For over 25 years, MCA has been the go-to for everything from luxury executive rides to full-size passenger buses. Whether it's a school field trip or a team bus, airport transfer, or group outing, MCA delivers comfort, reliability, and top-tier service every time. Ride with the best. Visit MCATransportation.com. That's MCATransportation.com.
Locked-in monthly wireless plans were built for another era. Text Now is app first. Free talk and text, real 5G coverage, and service you switch up in an instant. Download Text Now and connect in minutes.
Other wireless carriers tell you when to pay. Text Now asks, what do you need? It's app-first phone service without commitments, credit checks, or carrier attitude. Built for people who stopped asking for permission. Download today.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya, guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/credit card.
When it comes to buying or selling a home, you need more than just a sign in the yard. You need a pro who knows the market, knows the process, and knows how to fight for you. That's why I trust Kevin Krager with LPT Realty. Kevin doesn't just unlock doors. He brings a deep knowledge of market trends, the latest home buyer programs, cutting-edge real estate technology. But what truly sets him apart, it's Kevin's strong background in construction. He knows what to look for so that you don't end up in a money pit. Owning a home should be an asset, but it only is if you know what you're doing and if you have somebody on your side that can help you with the process. From foundation to roof line, he's focused on protecting your investment every step of the way, and even after closing, his service doesn't stop there. Kevin has the resources to help with repairs or upgrades that you may want, all at cost to his wonderful clients. So if you want more than just an agent, if you want a trusted guide who knows homes inside and out, call Kevin Krager with LPT Realty today. Your future home will thank you.
The Magic will try to start stacking some wins tonight when they host Dallas. Orlando clobbered Washington Tuesday. That stopped the 2-game slide. The PGA Tour's Arnold Palmer Invitational is underway over at Bay Hill. Russell Henley is looking to defend his title there. And speed limits are apparently optional for the Browns' Myles Garrett. He was ticketed for speeding for the 9th time in as many years last month. I'm Scott Davidson.
This is NFL quarterback Rodney Peete, and here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by WeatherBug. Get the fastest local alerts and accurate 24/7 forecasts with WeatherBug. It's easy to use and provides real-time customizable alerts so the weather never takes you by surprise. Plan every day with confidence. Download the free WeatherBug app from the App Store now.
The new home for the Miami Dolphins is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeart Radio app. Just search 96.9 The Game.
This is Anthony Black with the Orlando Magic, and you're locked into Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
World-renowned golf writer Bob Herrig is going to join us coming up at the top of the 5 o'clock hour to talk about the Arnie and all of the storylines that surround this wonderful, beautiful event. Let me hit that refresh button, see if we have a new leader out there. I doubt it.
Nobody's going to catch Daniel Berger.
I think Berger was a little too hot, though.
Yeah.
I don't know that he's going to be able to repeat that. Best round he's had in his career. 63 here in round one at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Colin Moore, so he's 9 under. Colin Morikawa is behind him at 6 under. Both of them done for the day. Scotty Scheffler is now done for the day. He finished 2 under. And where's my guy Rory? Is he shooting up the list, or is he? He's 1 under. Okay. Well, he's not out of it. Somebody said on the text line, TGL is basic and it's absolute trash. Well, basic doesn't answer all of your problems. You still have to be a good product, and then layering in some simplicity to a good, well-established product. I just don't think there was ever a thirst for I want to watch pro golfers play top golf.
Yeah, I don't get that. To me, it's just part of the whole gimmick sports world that we live in today. You know, I mean, Jaden might like it. Video game golf.
Nah, I'm okay.
Huh?
He's like, I would rather just play video games. Watch somebody else halfway play a video game. We've seen some big trades go down in the NFL recently. David Montgomery was sent from the Lions to the Texans. That one not really a needle mover.
I mean, he's a big name, but I mean, he's essentially a goal line back almost, right?
Yes, which is why the Lions traded him. He's making $6 million this year. That's a really expensive price for, could you punch this one in for us?
Right.
DJ Moore was traded to the Bills for a second-round pick.
I think that could be a difference maker because I like DJ Moore. I think the guy's elusive. He's not really a diva like most wide receivers are. Doesn't really cause a lot of problems. Yeah, I mean,
I'm just concerned. It's not like they had a guy in Chicago that was so good they just had to get away from DJ Moore. You went back-to-back years without compiling 1,000 yards as a receiver.
Well, he was also playing with a quarterback at least 2 years ago in Caleb Williams who wasn't very accurate.
Okay, but you just answered your own question. That was 2 years ago, and he wasn't good as a rookie. He was good last year. And DJ Moore's stat line was just as bad as it was when Caleb Williams wasn't good.
Well, look at his stat line at the end of last season when Caleb Williams started finding him. He came on at the end of last year.
I still think he's good. I think the Bills overpaid for him, but if it gets them what they're looking for, then it doesn't matter. A second-round pick for it's not like they're getting him on a discount. He's very well paid, so they're taking on that contract, and they gave up a second-round pick. When you have free agents like Mike Evans that are going to be available that you could have just signed potentially, that just feels like an overpay, but they needed that. So if it works, it works. I mean, I try not to get too hung up on price. The one that I think is the biggest needle mover is Trent McDuffie. Trent McDuffie going from the Chiefs to the Rams. The more I think about this, the bigger I think it is. First of all, it's the Chiefs signaling we have a lot of work to do. He's 25 years old. He's one of the best defensive backs in the NFL. For the Chiefs to say, we need to move off of this guy because he's due a big contract and we don't have the money to pay him, is them saying, we've got
right.
We have got ourselves into some financial trouble. They made the same decision with Tyreek Hill. The difference between when they did it with Hill and when they're doing it now is they had other guys that they needed to take care of, and they realized that they can't really trust him, and Mahomes is good enough to get by without him. So they made the business decision to move off of Tyreek Hill, which was not an easy call to make. Now, this is about them. It's not like they're like, well, let's withhold the money from Trent McDuffie so that we can pay other guys on the roster. They have to go find good players. So huge red flag from the Chiefs, but getting a top-level corner added to this, they're building a super team out there in L.A. with the Rams. I think this is a massive move and one that they're already the Super Bowl favorite, and I think they are rightfully that. This is a loaded team. Arguably the best coach in the league. Matt Stafford still looks great. They just added a top-tier defensive player. They revamped the defensive line that lost Aaron Donald. So all in on the Rams after this move.
I think the most intriguing move so far is the non-move. I mean, I was listening to some clips of Aaron Rodgers on Pat McAfee where he said, hey, he wasn't ripping the Steelers. He just said, there's been no talks of a new contract for Aaron. For me, I haven't had any contract talks. If you're the Steelers, I mean, well, what are you? I mean, do they have what's their plan? Huh? What's their plan? I mean,
they haven't had a plan at quarterback. It feels like in years.
I'm just saying, like, it's not like Aaron Rodgers was terrible last year. Aaron Rodgers sort of saved them last year. If you ask me, I mean, what? Shouldn't they say, hey, you want to sign another 1-year contract? Shouldn't they say that?
I guess, but it just feels like all of his good days, obviously his best days are behind him, but I think his really good days are behind him too. They were fine, but that's the reason.
Aaron Rodgers was still, and again, the Steelers. If the Steelers still consider themselves a contender, what are they going to do then? Aaron Rodgers was still last year he was a top 15 quarterback last year. If you got somebody better, go get him. Are they going to sign Kyler Murray?
I was going to say,
is Kyler Murray better than Aaron Rodgers?
Well,
I don't know.
I think he at least provides upside that Aaron Rodgers doesn't.
He also provides downside.
Aaron Rodgers can't move.
Huh?
Aaron Rodgers is immobile, completely immobble. It's like, why don't you just go sign Phillip Rivers while you're at it?
Stop it. Aaron Rodgers was pretty damn good last year. He was good last year.
He was fine, but they now have a new coach, and I know Mike McCarthy, Aaron Rodgers, rekindling, and all of that. I guess you could travel down that road. I think you have to stop being so addicted if you're a Steeler to winning 9 games, and I don't think Aaron Rodgers provides anything more than that. Kyler Murray would be interesting, though. Kind of
Aaron Rodgers,
that idea.
He was 15th.
Go get Tua.
15th in the league in pass.
Up next, we're going to get into your texts, your talkbacks from the first 2 hours of the show. Don't you go anywhere.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be back right after this.
We all know in sports, halftime adjustments win games. You go into the locker room thinking you're fine, and then the coaches show you something maybe you've been missing. That was me with my retirement plan, all right? I thought I had things figured out. I thought I was in good shape until Trajan Wealth gave my plan a second look. And just like a great coaching staff, they made some key tweaks, some key adjustments I never saw coming. Now I've got a clearer path to retirement and way more peace of mind. They're fiduciaries. What does that mean? That means their job is to put your goals first, not to sell you products. The more money you make, the more money they make. When I met with them, I got straight talk, not a sales pitch. I left feeling empowered. Look, it's one thing to save for retirement. It's another to feel ready for retirement. If you want to make the right adjustments before the fourth quarter of life, call Trajan Wealth at 407-204-0300 and tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you, or visit TrajanWealth.com to schedule your free consultation. That's TRAJAN Wealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, SEC Registered Investment Advisor, client paid advertisement, additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com. TicketMaster.com.
The Orlando Valkyries are cruising right now, one of the top teams in MLV. If you have not had a chance to catch a Valkyries game live yet, I cannot recommend it enough. Top flight entertainment delivered by top-tier athletes. Volleyball, admittedly, not a game that I grew up watching, but its frenetic pace and intensity is so addicting when you get into it. Also, coming soon, volleyball's biggest stars will be here in Orlando. The second annual MLV All-Star Match is scheduled for Saturday, March 28th. Get your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com and search MLV All-Star Game.
Expect to pump the brakes on I-4 westbound through that World Drive area. You're going to get caught up in some slowdowns through the city near that east-west expressway ramp junction. There's slowdowns over St. John's River Bridge and stop-and-go traffic on Florida's Turnpike southbound approaching Osceola Parkway. No serious accidents tying you up or slowing you down, but if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated, and with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like, not complicated. Our no-surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry! File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Pac-Man Jones here, and together with my friends at Better Online, we got something real special for you. You don't have to be a pro poker player to get in on this. It's Pac-Man Jones free roll with Better Online. Every night this week at 8 Eastern. All you got to do is finish in the top two. Boom! You get a seat at a big table on Sunday, March 8th for $300,000. All you got to do is use the promo code PAC-MAN. Bet online. Games start here.
Under state law, a business has a duty to keep you safe on their property. Our responsibility is to protect you when they don't. If you've had a slip and fall accident, call Farah and Farah. We're here to help you up. Orlando.
I don't know about you, but I can't stand when I see creepy crawlies all over my house. That's why I have to have a pest control provider that doesn't just treat the pest problem, they solve it. You can keep your home protected from the bugs all year long. Get yourself a termite bond while you're at it. Tell them that Brandon Kravitz and Mike Bianchi from Game On sent you by. Get 10% off of your initial service. Burn Pest is a family-run operation right here in our backyard in Central Florida. Go and find them online easily, and don't stress about these pests anymore. It's burnpest.com. Orlando Magic basketball lives here on 96.9 The Game, and your game day Magic coverage is powered by IBEW Local 606. Proud to serve electrical workers across Central Florida, providing its members with a supportive community, training, valuable benefits, and advancement opportunities. IBEW Local 606 has been powering and serving Central Florida for over 75 years, and they are the dream team for electrical workers across this area. For more info, head to IBEWLocal606.org and go Magic.
Follow The Game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Every year, International Women's Day falls on March 8th, and iHeartRadio is proud to celebrate the women who shape music, drive change, and influence culture. Find playlists, podcasts, and of course, Women's History Month radio. Open the free iHeart app, search Women's History Month, and listen now.
Whether it's day or night, hot flashes due to menopause can be unpredictable.
That's why there's Veoza, a prescription treatment proven to reduce the number and severity of hot flashes day and night that can start working in as early as 1 week. Based on clinical studies measuring efficacy at 4 and 12 weeks, individual results may vary. Talk to your healthcare provider about what this may mean for you. For moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms or hot flashes and night sweats due to menopause, Veoza can cause serious side effects, including liver problems. Your doctor will do blood tests before and during treatment. Stop Veoza and call your doctor if you have symptoms of liver problems, such as feeling more tired than usual, decreased appetite, nausea, vomiting, itching, yellowing of the eyes or skin, pale stool, dark urine, or stomach pain. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Ask your doctor about Veoza. To learn more, call 1-866-239-1637 or go to Veoza.com. That's VEOZAH.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
This is the beat of sports.
I will say this, it happens in every industry. A new industry emerges, and it has to figure itself out. The guidelines, the guardrails, the oversight has to figure it out. Cryptocurrency, from where it was 5 years ago to today, has significantly changed. Forget 10, 15 years ago when a Bitcoin was worth almost nothing. Is it better? No, it's still incredibly suspicious in so many ways. But oversight, regulations do take time. It doesn't happen as quick as some people want it, and until it happens, others will take advantage of the system, just like rug pulls happen every day in crypto. Is it good? No, but it takes time. It's happened so quickly in college sports that when people say, well, fix it, it's not as simple as it is. And as long as you have the unregulated, people will take advantage of it in every single industry.
The beat of sports with Mark Daniels. Weekday mornings following the bridge at 9:30 on FM 96.9 The Game, Orlando's sports leader. WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Got Magic coverage for you coming up at 6:30. Yours truly on the pregame show. Tip off at 7 o'clock.
Must win.
Well, yeah, I did call the last two. It was like a combo must win. It was a must win, both of them.
Okay.
Wizards, Mavs, gotta get them. Rockets, Pistons, dropped those. Led in the third quarter and fell flat late in the game. And then you have the Wizards, who are trying so hard not to win, and the Mavericks, who I think are trying not to win. It's hard to tell the way that they're operating, but they're 9 games out of the play-in line in the Western Conference, so they're not getting into the playoffs. But they have their guy, and they already got their future. There's rumors out there. Mark Stein is reporting.
What?
He can get a little loosey-goosey with his reporting, but Mark Stein is reporting that Cooper Flagg is going to play tonight at Kia Center.
Ooh.
But that is not an official report. I haven't seen that anywhere else. But our game day coverage brought to you by IBEW Local 606, proud to serve electrical workers across Central Florida, providing its members a supportive community, training, valuable benefits, and advancement opportunities. We have Daytona 200 tickets to give away, part of our treasure trove at the end of the show. Let's head to the text line, see what the people have been saying throughout the course of the show. We talked about the potential new formation of what a golf year could look like with their new CEO, a.k.a. the commissioner of the league, in from the NFL, simplifying things, creating a scarcity of events so that drums up interest. Golf has playoff events, somebody says, leading up to their tour championship.
Yeah, but again, the season is so long. I'm at 35, 36, 37 tournaments. That's too many tournaments.
We had Len Hochberg on yesterday from RotoWire, and he covers golf from a betting perspective, but he's been covering golf for decades now. And I said, for me, as a golf fan, the golf season starts at Bay Hill. That's when I start to pay attention to the golf season. And then you have the Masters after that, and that's when you get all the majors that come after that. When does it start for you? And he laughed, and he said, golf is all year.
Yeah.
That's the lack of scarcity that we're talking about. When there's just this never-ending cycle, then it's hard to tell people that would be interested. Maybe they've been interested in golf before. They would possibly be a viewer of yours. It's hard to create interest in those people when they don't know when to jump in.
Yeah, and they don't understand the playoff. They don't understand the points of the everything builds to the Tour Championship. But again, by the time the Tour Championship gets here,
football season.
And the attention span is gone. Honestly, I think golf's idea of cutting their season and making the event. I think all sports should do that except the NFL. I think the NBA would benefit if they didn't have an 82-game regular season where the games, again, a lot of them seem meaningless, especially with the way the NBA teams tank and load management and all of that. So, and I don't know what to do about it, but I think Brian Rolap has a good idea. Let's make these events bigger. Let's make our playoffs simpler. Let's build towards something that people don't lose their attention span by the time we get there. I just think,
what if you won a major and that made you, let's say there was a tournament that was created at the end of the year and every major winner became a 1 seed in the tournament and it built to that. And then the playoff was you went head to head on holes and created almost like a March Madness style bracket. I mean, obviously I've put zero thought into this,
right.
But this just creating some concept where this win means this in a very direct and obvious way.
Right.
I win this and I'm into this tournament at this seed and do something along those lines.
Well, honestly, too, though, it seems like these individual sports like golf and NASCAR, do they really lend themselves to playoffs? I mean, team sports, we sort of understand the whole playoff. But individual sports, do playoffs work in individuals? Like like NASCAR's playoff, their championship. I mean, they've gone back and forth on how to run this thing. Now they're back to their original concept this year. Does it really work for individual sports playoffs?
I think anytime you create an easy to follow tournament, people are going to get into it, even if that tournament is individuals. I mean, isn't that essentially what Wimbledon is? It's like a bracket.
Okay, but Wimbledon's one tournament.
I know,
it's not
but I'm
a
saying,
season.
but you have the ability to build towards that. You could build towards your tournament, and then use that as your main event at the end of the
Plus
year.
You have the Tour Championship, which is the Tour's championship. Then you have the Players Championship, which is the championship of the play. What's the difference?
Exactly. We asked the question the other day, what makes a major? Ask somebody that and watch how plain how big their eyes get when they go, my whole life I've been told this is important. I can't explain to you why it's important, but I know it's important. Bob Hare, golf writer, going to join us to talk about all these topics and more coming up right after this.